Wukusu, peace, black power, and welcome to Harlem Liberation School's YouTube channel. Harlem Liberation School is a black nationalist, pan-African community organization based in Harlem. We provide relevant and credible political education to help black people wake up, clean up, and stand up, in the words of Brother Malcolm X. To do this, we provide panel discussions, political commentary, mini documentaries, leadership tips, classes, and interviews with some of our most dedicated and effective leaders, activists, and intellectuals around the world. Peace and Black Power families, Brother AGYEI TYEHIMBA from Harlem Liberation School, where we teach black people to wake up, clean up, and stand up. It's the three-part call Brother Malcolm gave us, but it's also, if you think about it and do the study, what black people have been saying for centuries: to wake up, to build up our consciousness of who we are, where we come from, our enemies, to see ourselves as connected to the motherland, uh, clean up, to correct our self-defeating behavior, to remove the vices in our communities, to address internal issues, character issues, very important, and then stand up. And the funny part about it is we can't do these things in isolation. Like, first I'm gonna wake up, then I'm gonna clean up, then I'm gonna stand up. No, that would take 100 years. We all have to do these things concurrently at the same time, so that we are lifting as we are climbing. That said, family, a few quick announcements. You're gonna see, you see in this kind of a thumbnail I have behind me, it says "Build Better Men." I don't know if you can see that gentleman there that I created. His name is The Real Wise OG. I have a new YouTube channel. We are trying to get our brothers. We're trying to come for these brothers, rescue and reclaim them from prison, rescue them and reclaim them from ignorance, rescue and reclaim them from poor health and dying prematurely, and give them guidance and structure and a manhood code that's healthy masculinity. Not masculinity that's beating up on sisters or blaming sisters for our problems. No, a masculinity that teaches us how to interact with our sisters respectfully, a masculinity that teaches us to get up early, plan our day, be organized, do what we say, keep our commitments, finish what we start, contribute to our community, our village, our families meaningfully. That's what we're doing, trying to build better men. Please, I'm asking you, family, support our YouTube channel. Subscribe by scanning that QR code. Now, I am supposed to be doing an interview with my brother Kwabena Rasuli, who is, I don't know if he's the head, so to speak, of the Clear the Airwaves project, but he certainly is one of the brothers I associate with it. They're doing wonderful work all over the country. And one of their chief aims is to challenge these white-owned radio stations, these white-owned media conglomerates, record labels that are poisoning our eardrums and poisoning our brains, and particularly conditioning our youth, programming them to see themselves as N-words, B-words, hoes, to participate in fratricide and violence against each other. It's introducing and it's endorsing this music, inappropriate and over sexualized music, right, and messaging. So this brother Kwabena is one of the people that's really on the ground in leadership of this in this particular area, and so we see him as a very valuable asset to the community. We're going to bring him in. We're going to ask him some questions and let him break it down for you, family, what the Clear the Airwaves project is about, why it's important, why you need to get involved. Let me bring our brother on real quick. Oh, wait a minute here.
AG,
Peace, brother Kwabena. I got to make sure that we are. There we go. How you doing, good brother?
Look, I'm trying to be like you. A couple of years ago, you know, I used to love when we used to come to us Harlem outside with some birds chirping.
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I may have to get back to that a little bit this
yeah.
summer. Yeah, man. Hey, good to see you, brothers. Always good to see you. It's good to see that you popped in on the broadcast yesterday. And you are a very valuable member of the community because you're doing very important grassroots activists and community organizing work. I know you are working with our beloved ancestor now, Brother Bob Law, and I know that you one of the real ones out here. I know that. Brother, let me first thank you for your time, and let me get right into it and ask you, for those who may not be familiar with this Clear the Airways project, please tell us, what is it about, why was it created, and what problem are you trying to solve?
Clear the Airwaves Project, and it's it's AIRWAVES, Airwaves. So Clear the Airwaves Project was started back in 2013, around the time when Hydia Pendleton had just came back from the White House, performing at the second inauguration of President Barack Obama on the second term. She was with a choir, part of a choir from, I believe it was Martin Luther King School in Chicago, only to come back and be gunned down right outside of her school in 2013. We were already working with a group called Committee to End Violence or something, Violence in Gary, Indiana, with our brother Kojo Taylor. And we were demonstrating at these Ratchet Kill Black People radio stations. But after Hydia was killed, and we had a demonstration at the Crawford broadcasting station. Crawford is a station in Hammond, Indiana, which is right between Gary and Chicago. It's one of the worst stations in the country that play that kill Black people music. Actually, they are a Christian and conservative owned radio station, and they play that kind of crap. I mean, that kind of content all around the country. But the only religious talk we hear when they get to Gary, when I get to Gary in Chicago area, is I'm fitting to kill ends in the building. Amen. And I'm a God in the hood, chop and make a end, hop a 10-foot wall, and blast. And it's just ridiculous. But all right, let me get back to answering the question though. So we had a demonstration there. It was around Valentine's Day. We were just tired, and we would demonstrate there periodically. Then we found out some people in Chicago were also about to do a demonstration at WGCI, which is at that time a Clear Channel station, now known as No Heart. We call them No Heart. Everybody else calls them iHeart. They have no heart. So we met out there, and after that, we founded the Clear the Airways Project. We hooked up with some of our comrades out there. Our brother Aaron, brother Bernard was out there with us. Some other sisters were out there with us, and me and Kojo, me and Sister Terry went out there. And I'll never forget too, brother Ajay, it was like 14 degrees, man. We were out there. We had to send people inside to get us some hand warmers. And we were out there demonstrating. It was Lupe Fiasco's birthday. So Lupe came out there. He was working at WGCI. And Lupe, took we had a nice little discussion with him about that N-bomb. But anyway, he took our sign, one of our boards upstairs to GCI headquarters in the high rise they were at. And he had a radio show. We haven't heard Lupe. You can count the number of times you heard Lupe on Chicago radio since then. He's one of the world's most famous, conscious, most respected rap artists in the world. And from Chicago, and you don't hear him on Chicago radio.
Yeah, his lyrics are crazy.
Yeah. And so we formed the Clear the Airways Project. Yeah, at that point. And our goal is basically, it's a simple goal, to stop these FCC licensed commercial radio stations from playing music that encourages African people to hurt each other, to hate each other, to disrespect our women, to be drug addicts, to be alcoholics, to be thieves and scammers, and to kill each other, and to be materialistic morons.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And now you know how it is, Brother Kwabena. There's always a peanut gallery. There's always the crew of people that typically aren't doing anything and have a whole lot of negative criticism of those of us who are. So, I know you have some Black people who say stuff like, I hear you, man, but you're trying to censor, you limiting the artistic freedom, like, and all this type of stuff. How do you respond to that? when people come with that type of logic?
Oh, there's several ways, man. One of the things we you mentioned Bob Law earlier, our Jenga, our comrade, and he would say, you know, it's not us censoring, it's them. They censor the music. If it's not talking about what we just talked about, they don't play it. They're the censors. They're the censors. And Kumo D also talked about it too. He has a nice clip, a good clip from him. I'm not sure where he was, but it's been out there. He talked about how if you're talking about doing anything to any other race of people, a group of people, you know, it's all about, you know, corporate responsibility and the right thing. But when they check it, when we check it again, it goes back to, oh, y'all trying to censor the music. We had a, you know, I'm gonna try to be, you know, frank, because this is just, I'm gonna be like Steve Biko's pen name, Frank Talker here, because you got to keep it real. I got to get the name of this organization correct, but it was an organization in Chicago several years ago, and they had like 12 righteous resolutions dealing with what was going on in Palestine and you know, police terror and things like that. And so we added a resolution about uh, this music. Okay, let's put out a resolution condemning these kill black people radio stations, WGCI and Power 92.3 in Chicago. And out of all those resolutions, all 12 of them passed. The only one that didn't pass was ours. The only one. And this was a group with diverse group, but mostly Africans in there. We don't want to mess with free speech. Uh, they changed the meaning of that NIGGER, NIGGA, however you want to spell it, or ebonically say it, or whatever. It's a different meaning now. So, and they just disrespected the resolution we had put forth to condemn those radio stations by this organization, man. And so, yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip.
Wow. Now,
and let me point out too about this whole piece with this so-called censorship. So the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, they uphold the First Amendment rights to free speech. They uphold that. However, they even have decency standards. They said you can't play any content on their licensed stations that is indecent and profane between the hours of 6 in the morning and 10 o'clock at night, because those are the hours that our children are most likely to be listening. After 10 o'clock, they give them a little leeway. Then they go on to say that obscene content is never allowed. Is never allowed. So they even point that out, but they have decency standards. And so you can, but you can say all day during the day, whether you're in Chicago, Indianapolis, Tampa, Florida, or New Orleans, Baton Rouge. Right now, with the current song, one of the current songs out there right now, you can have the baby talking about, have girls, little girls sound like young girls singing in the chorus, sucking on that thing till my throat gets sore.
Yeah, yeah.
To my throat, and you tell me that's not obscene, and that's what they playing on the radio for our children. Because adults, y'all don't know this. The children, adults don't be listening to this, but our children do. I was at a Juneteenth program recently, speaking to some Watoto, and we were just talking. We started talking about the music, of course. And when I brought that song up, I didn't say any lyrics, but you should see the look on the junior high school students who were in there. Some of them are blushing, some of them are, oh, you know, the look, because that's what they target with this ratchet kill black people pornographic music.
Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Now, here's the other thing. A lot of times people say that those of us who are activists, that we make a big deal out of everything. Yeah, music is music, man. You know, it reflects what's going on in the hood. If gang banging wasn't going on in the hood, or people having sex really young wasn't happening, if people using the N-word and this wasn't happening, the music, it wouldn't be in the music. The music is reflecting that. I'm going to respond to that too, but could you tell me what your thoughts are to that argument?
It goes two ways. Life equals art also. I mean, life imitates art. Say art imitates life, but life imitates art. And, you know, if you constantly hear this, I mean, the people to talk about Ozzy Brothers and a lot of these slow jams back in the day, we were probably born to that music, baby making music. It influences us to have passion and love and embrace and hold each other and, you know, do what we do. If it can do that, if our music can go from encouraging us to make love and bring life into this world, right now it's encouraging us to hate each other and take life. I mean, to take life. Yes, and then people. I mean, I don't know if you got some of the clips to be shared, but even some of the shorties, they talk about it right there on, when we ask the music survey question.
Yeah, we're gonna pull those up in a minute.
Doesn't think that the music affects us, I don't know what's wrong with them, because some people still say it's just music. They say it all the time, but we know it's not just music. They know it's not just music. That's why they're pushing it on us.
That's right. Well, you know, I want to respond to that quickly, and then I would, if you don't mind, brother, we could show maybe some of the clips after that.
Okay.
One thing I want to say to people is that when they say that music mirrors, reflects what's going on, this is true, but I want you to think of a literal mirror in your house, right? The mirror shows you who you are, but you don't just use the mirror to see your reflection. You use the mirror to enable correction. You use the mirror to say, oh my God, I got mustard on my mouth here.
Exactly.
Oh, I got hot sauce on my button down. Oh my God, the system is, oh, my wig is crooked. Whatever they're doing. So mirrors aren't just to reflect, they're also to correct. We use them to see what's wrong, what we need to fix. And some of our most beautiful music throughout history has been that which helped us to see things in our society that were not aligned with peace, positivity, and liberation. We think of Stevie Wonder. He had love songs, he had all types of beautiful songs, but you can't tell me nothing. That song written as a argument to Richard Nixon.
You haven't done nothing. Yeah.
You haven't done nothing. Like Public Enemy, Fight the Power. And it you watch Channel Zero. I mean, these are songs that are using music to say, hey, we shining a light over here. We got to correct this. In my hometown, Harlem, not far from where I live, they filmed a lot of self-destruction. You know, this whole Stop the Violence movement. And so those of us who remember that, we say, yeah, we hear you. It reflects society, but if we're intelligent beings, we use our creativity not just to reflect what's going on, but to correct what's going on, to highlight the things we need to address. How would you? What do you think about that, brother Kwabena?
I mean, you hit the nail on the head with that, brother. I mean, like I said, self-reflection is so very important, self-improvement and evolution, and that's why that's why we struggle so much with this music and how it has not evolved. The music it's like, I mean, and anybody, there's so many more people talking about it right now. You know, we shout out Sister India Irie for challenging that madness that's out today about that materialistic spin the block, kill people song that one of them city girls got out. And we also shout out brother D1 for being, just for challenging a lot of that crap from his fellow artists, man. So that's why it's important that we challenge this. We got to challenge, and a lot of people are tired of it. People are tired of it, but I know we have to self-reflect, and it gives us opportunity to do that. Even this with India challenging this madness is giving us a lot of dialogue and a lot of people, a lot of things coming to the light about how people think and how some people don't think it's important. I look at it, brother IG. Well, I guess we'll talk about it more after the survey. But I think about the amount of homicides that are taking place and the number of Africans who are victims of homicide. We lost a 10-year-old around 4th of July, and we emphasized July, in Gary, shot because somebody felt they wanted to come back and spin the block after having an argument with their lady, according to the news reports. Like, lady and brothers and sisters or mates don't have arguments sometimes. He came back and shot up the house, supposedly, and killed a 10-year-old boy. We had the brother in Compton doing good work, from what we understand. He was shot, and another sister shot and killed. Somebody else, another good friend of mine's, one of his students, she was also hit during that Compton shoot. She's okay. She survived. But 2 people were shot there. You got the brother in New York at the basketball game, brother, Hooper. I'm a Hooper, so I know these Hoopers. We know each other. That's a whole, like fraternity brothers who hoop and stay hooping as they're adults. Somebody shot him down and killed him. Then we find out yesterday another 10-year-old girl, another girl, was shot in Gary, Indiana, and killed. And with all this fratricide going on in our community, all this horizontal violence, you turn on the radio and it's telling you, kill each other. It's calling you in, it's dropping N-bombs on you, which is the most dehumanizing, despicable, disgusting dangerous word in the history of English or any other language. It is the word that opens up the portal to all this other madness that's being allowed to be spewed to our children. To our children on these ratchet kill black people radio stations. The vast majority of them owned and operated and controlled by Europeans.
Mm. You hit it all on the head, brother Kwabena. Listen, if you don't mind, I was going to try to show these video, I guess, interviews or surveys or polls you did with some young people.
Right.
All right. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
So we travel a lot for work, and we rent cars throughout. And so typically when I go to return the cars, I always ask to the music survey questions, especially fortunately African. Mm-hmm. So sister, percentage of music you and your peers listen to that dropped the N-bomb on us?
99.
Say a little louder.
99.
Percentage of music you and your peers listen to that refer to our mamas, our daughters, our little sisters as B's and H's?
99.
Percentage of music you and your peers listen to that brags about and encourages us to shoot and kill each other?
99.
What are we gonna do about it?
We can try to advocate for more music that appreciates us as a community, the black community. To stop supporting, to stop listening to us, and to stop making money off of it. It wouldn't be so mainstream for us to listen to. Encourage.
I'm gonna encourage you to because it's talking to you. I'm gonna encourage you to check out our movement. It's called the Clear the Airwaves Project.
Mm-hmm.
So here you go.
Thank you.
Check out the hashtag. Turn it off.
Okay.
And turn off any source of music with lyrics that demeans and degrades us and calls for the shooting and killing of black people.
Okay.
You gonna check it out?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm pretty interested in what you're doing.
Okay. What's your name, sister?
Paige.
Paige.
Yeah.
Right on, Paige. Appreciate you.
Never, and I mean never say sorry to bother you.
Another one.
Sorry to bother you. I appreciate your time. Quick question. I'm not sure if this makes sense, but here's how I understand it. I'm not 20.
And as you get the next one rolling, this is a survey we started in 2019 in Detroit. Been going all around the country. Actually, we're in Mama Land since then. We even did it a little bit over there too. But we're getting some similar answers all over the country, from San Diego to New York, Tampa to Portland. It's just, and everything else in between. Yeah.
Right. We're gonna bring up the other one, brother Kwabena. I think it's the second one we got from you. Hold on 1 sec.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's brother in junior high school. All right, young brother. State of Black Music Survey. What's your name?
Troy.
Speak up for me too.
Troy Hurst.
Okay, and you are in what grade?
8th.
Give me the percentage of music that you and your peers listen to that dropped the N-bomb on us.
100%.
Wow.
Percentage of music you and your peers listen to that calls our women folk, our mamas and our sisters and our cousins and aunties, grandmamas, B's and H's.
100%.
Wow.
Percentage that brags about it and encourages black people to shoot and kill each other.
100%.
So I ain't even asked you about the porn in the music. So what we gonna, I ain't gonna ask you about that either, but so what we gonna do about it, man?
To be honest, I don't really know. It's just sad that people choose to do that. Like, they listen to music and they actually want to do it in real life.
Well, appreciate you, man. We got this project called Clear the Airwaves Project, and we're working to change that. It's been tough. It's a tough road to hoe because it's a whole industry that's doing this against us. So stay up, bro, and understand this music don't have to be like that. And we got a lot better music like that out there, as you know. All right, my brother. Appreciate you. All right.
Did you want to comment on any of those before I move on to other ones, brother Kwabena?
Yeah, I said, there's much better music out there that you know, and I may have been mistaken there because maybe he doesn't know. He said 100% on all three of those categories, man.
Yeah.
All three. And again, he was in junior high school. And so, yeah, bro, it's just so sad. And that was in Gary. The first sister we were in New Orleans. So yeah, we play another one. Just a couple more I got on there, man. I want the people to see these and just to see how this is. It's just out of control. We got to get back control. We will get back control, but we're not gonna do it by just talking about it. We have to stay like Bob said again. With all this going on, therefore, what we gonna do about it? So we got a lot of work to do.
That's right.
Oh, and when I had my locks, here you go.
Okay, so I'm with the Clear the Airwaves project, and we're in still in South Louisiana, conducting this survey on the music. We've been conducting it all around the country. And so, Sister Alexis, going to answer the survey question for us. What percent? Oh, we're in La Place, just outside New Orleans. But what percentage of the music that you and your peers listen to drop in bombs on us?
95%.
Oh, 95. All right. What percentage of the music you and your peers listen to refer to our women, our mamas, our daughters, as B's and H's?
Got you on video? I need to check out.
What percent? Okay. Okay.
I work next door. I'm sorry. And I have to hurry up and go back over there.
What's that percentage there?
About 95 to 100%.
What percentage brags about and encourages us to shoot and kill each other?
About the same.
About the same, 95%. Ain't that sad?
That's it.
What we gonna do? What we gonna do about it, Sharika?
I don't even know what y'all talking about, and I'm rushing.
You gonna eat all them pork skins?
No.
That's for your friend. Your friend?
My what? I'm gonna go back to work.
I know. I'm gonna
got
all them
more
pork
money
skins.
for me. Yeah, it's not for me.
Okay. All right.
Eating them pork skins,
All right,
huh, sister?
Thank you, Alexis.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Uh,
All right. Oh, you might as well do the survey too.
$29,
It's a music survey.
$8? No, I lied. You owe me 29 cents.
Why music is so
29
bad.
cents.
Why the music is so bad. So we're doing a survey and we're asking what percentage of the music you and your peers listen to that drop in bombs on us, calls the N-word. What percentage would you say? 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100?
About 60.
60?
Let me get a, you taking my money?
You was sending it to me and it's in
Let me get a regular bag of mouse.
Joey's got
How much the
problem.
wine is?
What? 119%. Same, right?
All right.
So,
Oh, no,
were you,
they're not.
What percentage call our women folk B's and H's? 100? Okay, the last one.
wow.
What percentage brags about and encourages us to shoot and kill each other?
102.
Ain't there something wrong with that?
Yeah.
Right on. So I just wanted to make sure we were doing a survey all around the country and the numbers are pretty close to the same. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sister.
You're welcome.
All right, peace, y'all.
Sad,
Oh,
embarrassing, and dangerous state of black music. It's a troublesome state.
very. And interesting that the responses are pretty much the same. You know, 90, 100%. Yeah. And the fact that young people see it is very, first of all, brother, you're modeling for people some hardcore grassroots community organizers going right to the people where they are, not bringing them to some special place, going right to where they are and asking them the questions. So that's really powerful stuff that you're showing. Did any of them, well, we have one more. Maybe I'll wait till we show this one.
Okay.
I want to know, what were your observations? What shocked you? But I'll ask you that after we see this one, all right?
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. This is the same one I got. I must have not got the other one. Hold on.
Okay. Well, so I mean, hopefully you can still find it because I think it was just a couple more. They're shorter than that last one. The reason why I like that last one, because again, it was not only because it was just two people, but it was like you said, it was just just the people. With a woman over there buying 3 bags of pork skins. I thought that was funny too, messing with her about her all the crackers she buying, and just interacting with the people, man. The people, we African people, bro. We interact, we love each other, and our music, man, has been so beautiful, man. I do a conscious hip hop show. Me and my cousins do it. I've been doing it since '99. It's called a weekly wrap up, conscious hip hop and classic funk. And when they gave me a few more hours, I added the mellow extension. And it's like, it's a joy to go there on Friday nights, play this music, this conscious music, and to play this funk. You look at the funk, man. Love this funk. And then to come forth with the slow jams, with the mellow stuff, man. Just so much beautiful music. And so I was talking to my ex-daughter when she graduated from college. And she told me that she had never never slow dance. I was like, what? She never slow dance. So I started asking other people about it too, and just getting the same answers, man. And I was in April, I was in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and I was talking to this sister out there. She had just graduated from Southern Miss. Tell her about that. She said, I ain't never slow dance either. I asked a survey question of some brothers in Chicago the other day. I got it on my just put it on my page. We'll put it up on YouTube. Brother said the same thing. You know, they gave the same numbers. These brothers were just out of high school. You know, I think they may have been still in high school. And you know, we asked them, don't y'all want to slow dance with some of these beautiful sisters? They said, yeah. One of them like, yeah, and smile, and of course. And I was shooting ball with some other cats who just graduated from high school the other day, 2 days ago. And one of them claimed that he had slow danced before, and the other one said, no, he had never slow danced either. And that's ridiculous. Our music went from, even if you look at hip hop, you know, the tendency used to be peace, love, unity, and having fun. Now it's turned into the opposite. War, hate, individualism, and despair. It went from having fun to despair. Because when you spin the block, or when you spray the block, or when you spray them ends like Febreze, or like WD-40, like Block Boy JB and Lil Wayne say to do, and people get shot, they're in despair. You've seen the clips of these mothers and these fathers and these people whose children have been shot down. And then you turn on the radio. I mean, we had an incident in Chicago, man, not too long ago, where 15 people were shot at a funeral. At a funeral. And then we go turn the radio on. They were at the I guess it was the funeral home. We were at the funeral home. And out of those 15, like 9 of them sisters. One of them got one of her breasts shot off. When you turn on the radio, you got No Future and Fake, a song Life is Good, rapping about paying somebody $20,000 in drug money to shoot up a hearse. This is on the radio at the same time. We got these people shot. A European-owned radio station ran by the same dude that's in that Michael Jackson movie that they talk about they wouldn't play, that was hesitant about playing black music on MTV, Bob Pittman. We'll say his name, Bob Pittman. Back from 83, 84, whenever that came out, to 2026, still controlling the music that's being force-fed to the masses. He playing the music down for us, but only the music that tells us to kill each other. That calls us ends.
Yeah, man, and that's to say this is insane is just an understatement. And the fact that so many people don't get it, this whole, well, we got the First Amendment right. First of all, I gotta tell people the First Amendment really was supposed to protect citizens' rights to criticize the government, to not be locked up, persecuted for being critical of the government, and then they expanded it. So, you know, so now it's like you got the right to do all types of stuff, but really it was supposed to protect the average Joe Schmo, his or her right to say Trump is a fascist, for example, without being locked up or persecuted. Now it's become a whole nother thing, and in a way, it's not a good thing. Some people say, well, if you censor this, then they're going to censor all types of stuff. But I think the law can be adjusted, our understanding of to say, look, man, anything and anyone that is causing death and destruction, that has to be treated in a whole different manner than just somebody saying F the police. I mean, that's a whole different, right? One is a political statement, and one is just, you know, somebody saying stuff that is causing death and destruction. And I guess the people that we talking about, good brother, that run these media conglomerates and these radio stations, they kind of have a history of selling and mass producing things that they know are deadly and harmful to people to make money. Cigarettes, they put the food in these plastic packaging, all types of stuff. So that's what they do, which is why what you doing is so important, to challenge that. You mind if I show one more, good brother?
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, you got another one ready. Let me say this before you show that too, because I wanted to comment on when you mentioned the cigarettes. In 2005, 2004, right after I met this good brother, Kwabena Rasuli, he got me right involved, man, with this piece on the tobacco industry, how they were losing so many smokers, they were dying off, and they needed to get new smokers, and so they tried to use hip hop to promote more youth smoking. They were giving away cigarettes at their concerts. It was a cool DJ mix contest. And I'm Baba Crazy Ron Harris, Damu Smith, Brother Cassius D was with us, Chairman Fred Jr. was with us. I mean, just so many others, man. Brother Kwame and Steve Cobb, we were out there, man. We were struggling and battling them beasts and exposing them. And you know, we filed a lawsuit against them. And Brown and Williamson, the parent company of Cool Cigarettes, went under. They went under. And after that, I mean, even today, so you got, I think last I checked, it was like 14% of the people in the U.S. now smoke cigarettes. Just 14%. You see people smoke, but not like you know, back in the Hollywood days, and not like when we were younger, because of the power of the people when they organize and defeat these beasts. And we still got a long way to go. You know, they've done now with the vapor, and they're gonna find other ways, but it's a constant struggle. It's a constant struggle. And so, but what Baba Kwesi did was so amazing. And when we get back, I do want to say a few words about this Harvard report and the loss. I know we lost our good brother, man. I want to again, we're gonna keep lifting him up, Brother Bob Law, and I also want to lift up our brother, Minister Paul Scott, who just made transition too, man, out of Durham, North Carolina. He put in a lot of work on this madness and this hip hop, man. Our good brother, good comrade. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about this Harvard report as it pertains to that, what we're talking about.
That's what's up. So, man, listen, we're gonna show this last one to get right back to commentary from our good brother Kwabena Rasuli. This is Brother AGYEI. This is Harlem Liberation School, teaching Black people to wake up, clean up, and stand up. This issue is not to be sniffed at like it's not important. It is highly important. We're going to show this video and get back to Brother Kwabena in 1 second. Hold on, family.
Started, yeah. We're here in Indiana, Maryville, Indiana. Football player at Maryville High School about to ball out, whoop up from Michigan City tonight. He's doing a music survey. State of Black music. Give me the percentage of music that you and your peers listen to that dropped the N-bomb on us.
Say about 95%.
Percentage of music that you and your peers listen to that call our women folk B's and H's.
95%.
Ooh. Percentage of music you and your peers listen to that brag about and encourage Black people to shoot and kill each other.
About 100%.
Ain't that crazy? What am I gonna do about it?
I think, like, limit what they say and change up the words they say, it have a hurtful impact on people. And
it has an impact on people?
Yeah. In fact, people might take it the wrong way, then, you go to court or something, they might use it against you, and then that's it for you. So, yeah.
Right on. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
All right, we're here and we started. Yeah. We're here.
Hold on 1 second, Brother Kwabena. All right, my brother. Talk to us, brother Kwabena.
So, man, I mean, like you'd asked me earlier, what surprised me about these surveys, and I'm no longer surprised. I get surprised when I hear numbers down below 50%, which is still ridiculous. It's still ridiculous if it's 5% of the music that our children, these songs that our children are being targeted with, dropping N-bombs on them, disrespecting our I asked our grandmamas, and they know it's disrespectful to our grandmamas. That's why they answer like they do. And the music telling us to kill each other, to take each other's life. And most of the time, that'd be the highest. So, yeah. So no, we bring it to the people, and the people tell us what it is. And a lot of us adults, we don't listen to this madness because a lot of it's horrible music.
Yeah, I don't want that in my frequency at all.
Man, I know, because we understand how horrible it is. I ain't never heard that before. What you talking about? Throat babies. What's up? Man. So hooked up with Semotap, our good brother, Dr. James McIntosh and Sister Betty Dobson and Semotap. I heard about Semotap a while back, committee to eliminate media offensive to African people. Good brothers out of LA too, LeGrand Claire, Brother Sino. Just a powerful organization doing some good work, man. And was with Sister Betty and did a presentation there, man. It was a good presentation, and it's crazy too, man. We were talking, and I was talking about all these songs, and this young brother was there, and he was like these brothers doing on the survey. He was like, amen, everything we were saying. Yeah, I know that song. Yeah, I know this and that. So we continued rapping. This elder came in there, and I kept on talking. He said, man, and I kind of looked towards the guy happened to be his grandson who I was talking to. When I looked toward him for another answer, he said, no, he comes to CMO he's in martial arts, I got him reading. He ain't listening to all, he don't know about none of this. I said, bro, with all due respect, he know everything we talking about before you got here. This little dude know everything you talk about. So it's hitting us at these institutions like CMO, man, at Marcus Garvey School. These children know what's going on in Los Angeles. We wrapped over there. The children know what's going on. We asked the question: if young Metro don't trust you, and the adults, the teachers were in there, look, like, what you talking about? And as the students, they said, oh, they answered right away. You know the answer to that, brother IG?
Say that again.
If young Metro don't trust you.
If young Metro don't trust you?
Yeah.
And what are you asking me again?
If young Metro don't trust you, what you gonna do?
I don't know what they're referring to be honest with you.
If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Oh.
I'm gonna shoot you. So in Chicago, in 2016, we had 780 people, homicide victims. So that's why when we say there's 10,000, the average of 10,000 Africans homicide victims in the United States every year for the last 15 years, around that, 10,000. And when I looked at that's a crazy number, I said, well, shoot, Chicago had 780 in 1 year. That's just one city. It's a big city, mind you, but still 780. Right. But right after that, the newspaper came out and showed the numbers. The Sun-Times, Tribune, one of them, they had all of the small, not all of them, they couldn't put all of them on the front page, but just a bunch of thumbnail pictures of the homicide victims. January 1st, 2017. Before January was over, tuned in to No Heart Station, the WGCI, and they do their top, all these stations do their top 10 or top 11 at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, whenever they do it. 5 of the top 10 songs on WGCI asked the question, if young Metro don't trust you. And they also shared no Future does this. They shared the answer, I'm gonna shoot you. 5 of the top 10. What was that? You Was Right. You Was Right by Little Uzi Vert, where he met this girl at the club. His friends told him, you should got busy with this girl in the bathroom of the club. But no, he took her home and got busy with her. Found out later on that she was with 5 other dudes. So he took it out on her sister, got busy with her sister, and made her vanish. And made her disappear with all these young girls and sisters disappearing. This is in the song in hot rotation. And oh, by the way, if young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Another one was Bad and Bougie. Bad and Bougie stayed #1 in this country longer than any song by Stevie Wonder ever. Any song by Marvin Gaye. Bad and Bougie stayed #1 longer than any of them songs. And in the song with all that's one of the worst songs ever. It breaks down all the everything bad, cooking crack, shooting people to 40 caliber, with 40 caliber bullets, disrespecting women. And that song starts off.
It's out of control.
Yeah, if it starts off, if young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. XBITCH, that was from No Future and 21 Savage. If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Kanye West, Stretch Out My Hands to My Father. Kanye does his own beats. He don't need no young Metro. Young Metro, by the way, is Metro Boomin, the DJ. He don't need a young Metro to make no music. But he liked this. He liked that statement, so he put in his songs, Stretch Out My Hands to My Father, which was kind of like a nice song. Put in there, if young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Then there's another song by Big Sean. But if these songs are hot rotation, that means they're being played 15 to 20 times per day. So 100 times per day, our children in Chicago are hearing, if you don't trust someone, you should shoot them. If you don't trust someone, you don't shoot them. You get away from them, or you learn to get to know them. Maybe you can develop some trust. You don't shoot them.
Right. That's right.
And this is what they ask
you.
But let me make this one other point because I want to bring it around to today. But not today, just a couple of years ago. So Kendrick Lamar, his beef with Drake going back and forth it came from an album from No Future and Metro Boomin. The album was called We Don't Trust You. 7 years later, they still pushing this. If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. 7 years later, they're still pushing it on us. And that was the #1 album in the country. They followed up right after that with another album The title of that album was "We Still Don't Trust You," and still on that album too. If Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. So it's almost a decade, and they're still pushing us on our children. And you wonder why we got 10,000 African homicide victims in this country. My father asked me one day, he said, man, what do you think there'd be, like, this was a year when 11 people were getting shot. I can't say all of them were African. 11 people were getting shot every day in Chicago. It may have been that same year, or maybe it was 2020, but 11 every day. And if it was 11 ID, 10 of them, 9 or 10 of them look like you and I. And so my father asked me, do you think there would be this many people getting shot every day if this music wasn't being played and pushed? And it was a great question. I said, no, Dad, I don't think so. I really don't. I think it may be 2 or 3. It's a big city. And, you know, right now, violence is kind of down in Chicago a little bit. Some days, there are some days now where nobody's getting shot, you know, but it's still too many. But yes, I just said, no, Dad, I think it makes a big difference. That was a good question he asked. I'm sorry. But
okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. What now? I want to know, and I want the listeners and watchers to know more about specifically the work you do, because maybe people can join this movement in their respective cities and kind of replicate what you're doing. So, who are the major players that you are protesting, that you are challenging, that are involved with playing this type of music and exposing our people to it?
We mentioned Bob Pittman, me and Kojo, and our brother Bernard. Bernard wrote that book, Who Stole the Soul, The Weaponization of Hip Hop.
Yeah. Good brother.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, good brother. We were out in front of GCI a couple of years ago, and also Attorney was with us too. The youngins were with us out there, and we had one of our signs said Bob Pittman was responsible for all the shooting that's going to be taking place in Chicago this weekend. We gave him credit where credit was due. He's a person who runs No Heart, Clear Channel, iHeart, Mississippian, and same one again who they had to fuss that to get him to play Michael Jackson's Thriller, whatever song it was Michael Jackson had on, it's depicted in the movie. Donald Crawford's another one, Crawford Broadcasting, Dontron. They have the Christian and stations all around the country. We would call them like they were playing a song by Lil Boosie called "Wipe Me Down," really his only big hit. And this song, he talks about somebody steps on his toe, he gonna shoot him, you know, in the song. And I was telling my little brother about that, who was in high school at the time. He said, that ain't nothing. You ought to listen to this. He let me hear the part where it's mentioned 3 brands of condoms now, 3 brands of condoms. And the rapper said, better yet, how about the barrel of my tech? They're going to sodomize a sister with a gun barrel. And so we made the station take it off. You know, they took it off. We had to call this lady in Denver, Colorado. And while we're waiting on Elizabeth McGuire is her name, waiting on her, obviously white woman, to get to the phone. We're here in Matthew verse 13, chapter 7, whatever. That's what was playing because it was a Christian broadcasting Crawford station in Colorado. They were waiting on that. So that's what they were playing for them. And somebody told me that the station in Chicago that plays that ratchet kill black people music makes enough money to cover the expenses of all their other stations around the country. Just the station in Chicago that play that kill black people music. So we know we up against. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to ask. So you bang on the owners of these record labels and the media conglomerates, and who else do you go after in this respect?
We bang on the sponsors. Some people say, why y'all let the artists off the hook? I said, we don't let the artists off the hook. We don't focus on artists because we know we have examples of artists like I gave with Lupe. Lupe has been conscious, but we have examples of artists who stop playing that crap and making that crap, and they just stop playing it. And they'll find somebody because they know our people are struggling. And so you can find somebody who give enough money to make some poison like that. And a lot of the brothers and sisters aren't talented at all, as you know. Aren't talented at all. And so they can find somebody to do that. But if you keep hearing it over and over and over again, you're gonna think that you like it, and you're gonna see other people dancing to it. You're gonna hear this, oh, that's got a great beat. I heard the same beat in 35 different songs, same beat, same hi-hat in 1,000 different songs. We talking about it's got a good beat. There's nothing unique about this stuff. So yeah, so we don't let the artists off the hook either. Again, but we don't focus on them. But we people say you shouldn't blame the artists at all. I'm like, man, look, we don't let them off the hook. So they ops let them off the hook when they make some ratchet song about one of their ops or one of their people who they killed or somebody who just disrespects somebody's mom or whatever. Do they let them off the hook? No. Does the system let them off the hook when they catch them and lock them up in these prisons in this prison industrial complex? They don't let them off the hook. So why should we? We love them. We trying to, help our people improve. We want them to do better. So no, we don't let them off the hook.
Right. Wow, man. So I'm curious to know, what does the Clear the Airways project, is it national? Do you have different people in different cities that are kind of working with you in this endeavor?
We had more people than we have now. It's really a fledgling group, but we still do what we do. We got to keep on. We need help. We need one of my late sister Laurel, my comrade in Black Lives Matter grassroots. I was doing a presentation one day and she said, Kwabena, you're not gonna be able to stop this. And I was like, you're absolutely right, Sister Laurel. I'm not gonna be able to stop it by myself. I kind of paraphrased Kwame Ture when he talked about, liberating Africa. He said, if I could do it by myself, it would have been done already. But it takes an organized masses. So you're right, we need some help. And there's a lot more people talking about this. Again, I talked about D1 a little earlier. Just really love the work he's doing. And all my comrade's speech, he's been with us. And we had a program that we did a couple of years ago, and we patented it after the Black Panther Party's building a united front against fascism. And it was called Building a United Front Against Murder Music. And we did that in Atlanta. We actually had 5 OG Black Panthers who were there with us doing that program. My brother Bilal Sunni Ali, Victor Houston, my brother Crab, our brother from he gonna kill me, brother Kamal from the LA chapter. And who else? Somebody else, another Panther comrade. Brother Zaki Baruti was there. LeGrand Clegg came in from LA, was there. So yeah, we had my brother from BLM, Gary, brother Emmett. So we had and my sister Desi Daz, my former DJ comrade out of Louisiana. So she was there. My brother Wanique Shabazz he hosted us, man. So that was a good piece, but we got to follow up. And we're trying to organize another one. Because my uncle. I'm at a spot right now where I heard my uncle talk about when he first got out of prison in '97, where he talked about how they're using the music to do this damage to us. He talked about that. Right, he got out of prison after 27 years and understood how they were using the music as a weapon against us. So. Yeah, so a lot of his comrades who are still with us, they know that a lot of everybody know that crap is out of control, but we just got to do something about it. Oh, the Harvard report. I'll make this brief because y'all need to just check out Bob Law on the Harvard report because he would always talk about that. And I hooked up with Bob Law. I started to talk about CMOTAP. I feel like Chuck D when he said, "Now you got me losing my point." What was the name of that song? Hazy Shade of Criminal, I think. But we hooked up with CMOTAP, and Dr. McIntosh and Sister Betty got us together with some thought leaders, and we came through and we gave a presentation. And I'm gonna share that picture with you too, brother. And Bob was there, and Bob was the main one out of everybody who joined in on what we were doing. And he asked us to be a part of the National Black Leadership Alliance, and we worked closely with them, man, we worked closely with Bob Law for 10 years. And he would often talk about the Harvard report. And a Harvard report was commissioned around 1972 or somewhere time in the early 70s. There was a study of the soul music of Black music. Bob would share how our music was doing so good then, and they wanted to, how are we gonna get in here? How are we gonna take control of it? Really pretty much take control of it. And he mentioned how they were hiring all these people, and they were like amazing. Wow, he got hired, he got that great job. They had a strategy to get all the talent they could from these Black record labels so they can start controlling the music. And I'm gonna share something because I heard him say it on the interview the other day when I was listening to it. He said, they just hire away all the talent. Let's get all the talent. We'll take over the record industry so we can now implement this strategy. So that it's going to dehumanize Black people, particularly Black youth. We are now going to record music, promote music that calls for gang rape, calls for murder, killings, calls for disrespecting families, romanticizing drive-by shootings. They romanticize it. We romanticize spinning and spraying and blocks. Man, and so he was pointing all this out, and it was part of the and this Harvard report again was commissioned by Columbia Records, of which one Clive Davis. Clive Davis was the president of Columbia Records at that time, and they did it subtly and slowly but surely, and now they got control of our. Now Clive Davis is gone. Now we don't want to. Now we need to. You know, he's gone. Bob is gone, but Bob's ideas ain't gone, and you know, Minister Paul Scott, their ideas aren't gone. And you know, we gotta do something about this. We went. Lou Myers was with us, famed attorney, warrior lawyer. Lou Myers was with us for a minute, and we talked about filing suit against them. We need to file suit against them. Back in 2020, or maybe 20 or 21, we filed formal complaints with the FCC for these stations violating their decency standards. The 2 stations in Chicago. Sister Layla Wills was working with us. Brother Bob, Brother Bernard, Sister Terry Delp, and others, man. We filed complaints with them, and they had to come back. Their attorneys had to come back and answer to these complaints. The FCC pussyfooted around for over a year with WGCI, but almost a year with the Crawford station, and ruled in favor of them. They said that they trusted their licensees will provide content that's in the best interest of their listeners. Like rappers saying, I ain't got nowhere to go. I didn't shout up everywhere they was in the best interest of African children. Or rappers talking about, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shooters ready to gun you down, is in the best interest of our children. We ain't with that rah-rah. My Glock is cocked. I don't get on F about who I hit. That's in the best interest of our children. Throat babies is in the best interest of our children. So they sided with both of them. But one thing it did delayed GCI getting their license for over a year. It did delay that. But man, it's so we need some help. And this is with just a few of us doing this work. So imagine what would happen if we had a mass movement doing this. So we gotta organize. We gotta put in some work to make some changes on this. We can't take another 25 years. I did a piece with my cousin out here, Brother Tabiti, and we talked about we can't take another quarter century of this madness. We can't. In the year 2000, it was reported that Black women in their 30s, 30% of them have never been married in the year 2000. Here we are, a quarter century later, a little quarter century later, and we're up to 50% of Black women of any marrying age have ever been married. Half of our sisters never been married. And so, who was I talking to? Somebody said, well, who gonna marry her? That's what I would say. Who gonna marry her? If all you hear for over a decade now is that natures ain't loyal, ain't nothing to cut that B off. You know, in 2016, they started pushing sisters, self-misogynistic sisters on us when they gave us Cardi B Gone. Cardi B had, I think, her first 5 songs were in the top 10 at one time. So you know that was not done organically, that was manufactured. Then they gave us Megan Pete. We don't call her a stallion because a stallion is a male horse. They gave us the City Girls. They gave us Lotto, and they're just nothing but a plethora of rappers, female rappers, who were just disrespectful to themselves, still violent. And that's what they start pushing on us. So that's a lot, man. You know, we can go on, man. This stuff it's out of control, but we got to get back control. We got to get back.
You said you could use some help. How can people help who are watching this?
You can contact me directly, 219-680-9055. You can check out our website. It's called cleartheairwavesproject.org. That's WAVES. Check us out on social media. Get in touch with us. We're going to be doing this piece very soon, following up to this United Front Against Murder music. Also, file a complaint with the FCC. I did when I heard the song Pop That Thing by the Baby, and it's not a remake of the Isley Brothers song from way back in the day. This is a song, again, the lewd song where they tell a girl to go down low so she can see her hole and essing on that thing again till your throat gets sore. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be saying that on your platform, but that's what our children hear every day.
Yeah. Give me your number again, Kwabena, so I can put it up.
Okay, 219-680-9055. And you can email us at clearairwaves@gmail.com. Clearairwaves@gmail.com.
Okay. Go ahead, my brother. I just wanted to make sure I could put that up.
Yeah, Coach Powell, who wrote the book, hip hop hypocrisy. He talked about how we got to protect our children. Our children are children. They can't fend for themselves. They depend upon us to protect them. They look for us to protect them. We have to, and they're doing this to our children. A lot of our children, those children are now adults, and we didn't protect them. And so that's why we got to deal with all this fratricide happening right now in our community. I mean, I look at what's going on in South Africa, man, and Tanzania, and with the xenophobia, and how ridiculous it is, and just kind of condemning what's happening there. Connecting that to Buthelezi and them in the late '80s when we were finally trying to get out of apartheid and what they were doing, killing their own people. But then I think about it. The only group of people in the United States that has homicide in their top 10 causes of death are African people. In our top 10, from 1 to 40, it's the number 1 cause of death. Those are the ages that we're developing, that we're supposed to be having these children we're talking about, getting with each other. And it's the number 1 cause of death, is homicide. And the music, and 90%, 99% of the music, according to these people, according to these Africans on these surveys, is calling them ends, which is open up that portal. And our sisters get it double. They get called ends and B's. And they even triply, quadruple, because when these people get killed, mostly it's their sons and their brothers. Man.
Wow. We got I want to shout out Brother Bernard in the building. He's putting up some different hashtags. He says great show. And he's also putting up hashtags, clear the airwaves. Who Stole the Soul is a book he wrote, fantastic book on hip hop. And he's putting up Nubian Leadership Circle, Art, Culture, Cadre. Thank you, brother, for watching. Thank you for your activism, brother, in the struggle. Appreciate you, man. Gotta get you back on here, man, one of these days soon.
Yeah, man, hopefully we'll have some good updates again. Oh, I'm tripping, man. New York City, they have a resolution been sitting there since 2019, introduced by Inez Barron and one other brother out of Harlem. Blah blah. We're all out there with the National Congress of Black Women. With Dr. Ife Williams is part of that. We had a Respect Yourself campaign. They have a resolution that's sitting dormant, condemning the 2 kill Black people radio stations in New York. And our goal was to get the biggest city in the country, and then it can spread down. But it's been sitting dormant there. So we've been talking to some city council members in New York, trying to get that heard again, trying to get some action on that. So that's another way we can get some help, man, in getting that out there too. Get these resolutions passed, and wherever city you are, condemning these kill Black people radio stations. We need these mayors to come together, and they're all in these cities. These mayors, man, are like, they're just ignoring what's being played on the radio stations. It's just, I don't know, bro. Oh.
Now I know what your work is involved with and what the Clear the Airwaves project is doing. I'm curious to know, what can pastors, ministers, parents, teachers, youth development workers, people like that do in their work with young people? In other words, how do we approach it from trying to get our people to stop listening to that music, to stop valuing that music, and to stop purchasing it and supporting sponsors and radio stations that play it? Do you think that type of work should be done too while we're banging on the enemy?
Man, if these churches came forth, bro, we could knock that stuff out so fast, man. If these organizations, the NAACP, man, NAACP Image Awards they reward and award a lot of this madness. they give them awards, they nominate them. The song said "Life Is Good," I believe that was nominated for NAACP Image Award, and they've been called out. CMOTAP called them out. Educate to Empower called them out. These are still ignored. Clear the Airwaves Project, National Black Leadership Alliance, Nubian Leadership Circle. We called them out. We got to organize. We got to do that. We tried to give an organization of pastors in the area where I live. It took us 3 years to get a meeting. We gave them 5 examples of blasphemous songs that they were playing on the radio, including what I mentioned earlier: the song "God," "Blessed," "Preach," "Amen," and it was one other song. Oh man, "Sanctified." All ratchet songs. Gave it to them after we finally got a meeting with them. The only question they asked me was, "What church do I go to?" I'm not going to take it away from our humble servant Gordon Keith, the brother who gave the Jacksons their first contract with Big Boy Records. That was one of the songs that Michael and did, Jackson 5 did, called Big Boy. But he was with us demonstrating. He understood the power of that. Our brother James Anyika, he's in Azania right now. He helped support us, and our pastor John Jackson, brother Jackson, they support us. But we need more preachers, man. This could be stopped. This could be stopped, man, before the summer's over with. By, like you said, if these religious, so-called religious organizations got in there and did that, and if our parents, a lot of the parents now, bro, grew up on this, so, but they know how horrible it is. But monitor what your children listen to. I'm sure y'all don't want y'all children listening to this song from the baby. I'm sure y'all don't want your children doing what Young Miami tell you to be a scammer and to bleed blocks or shoot up your ops on blocks. You know, or to be calling you N's and B's, or maybe they do. I don't know, but yeah. The parents got to come.
I'll tell you this. I'm sorry, brother Kwabena. I can tell you this, my brother. I'm working. Working with a collective of brothers, and we're trying to get our brothers to reclaim their place on the throne next to our sisters, to be a lot more engaged in this community, to talk to our young people, to be jugglers for them, to redirect their energy, to tell them that this is crap. Anything that destroys your health or your mind or your people is poison. Whether we're talking about the packaging your food is in, whether we're talking about vaping, smoking, drink, whatever it is you're doing in excess that's hurting you, it's not good for you. We have to put moratoriums on it, period. It's just common sense. It's what any self-respecting people would do that loves themselves. So I just want to say that. And that's why this Wise OG channel, man, that's what we doing. That's what I'm doing, man. We saying, look, we telling you, the dope game, the misogynistic, fratricidal music game, all of that got to go. And while we get rid of that, the other part is to make sure we got some hardcore, stone cold political hip hop artists and R&B artists that we can start supporting, putting on our platforms, and giving them space so that we can hear the other side. We can hear the beauty. We see the ugliness. As we reject the ugliness, we need to start putting on these hip hop artists, man, and they're all over the country. We got some. It ain't like in the 80s and 90s. We got some bad people all over the country, man. Whoa, coming with some real heat.
Still got them, bro. Like I said, we play them on the weekly wrap up every week. We don't have enough time to play all the good conscious music. And I was with you on the Community Education Network out of LA last night, man. You were bringing noise about what Wise OG and talking about what men have to do. So we have to do that, because once we get this crap off the air, and I've shout out my brother Dr. Barry Cartman and all these conscious psychologists, and he has a whole cadre of them. But we gotta deprogram our children too. We got to who was that? Dr. Charles. I got a blank on Charles' last name. Charles Alexander and others who's down there at the Atlanta University Center. But yeah, we got to deprogram our children away from this madness also, bro. We got that deprogram is gonna be some work too. But we can do it. We can do all of this. When people talk about that N-bomb being dropped, and you hear it so much right now, it's so sad. It's so sad. But when I think about that and I talk about that, how often do we hear somebody call color? How often do we hear the term Negro? And those aren't even though people can say they're derogatory or whatever, but ain't nothing like that N-bomb. And we rarely hear those words anymore. So if we can do it, if I can stop it, y'all can stop it. I'll stop it. So you can stop it.
That's right. That's right.
We gotta love ourselves, man. This is all about loving ourselves, man. Our music's
all about loving ourselves, and you protect that which you love. What the work you're doing is people may not understand it. It's about education, but it's about protecting our community. You know, family, those of y'all watching, I really hope you understand there's a thing called programming, like television programming or radio programming. Now you hear that, you say, oh yeah, they got programs. Well, it's a little deeper than that. We're talking about programming how you think, your priorities, your values. When you watch commercials, they're trying to program products that you will go out and buy. It's the same thing. How do they do that? They use images, text, colors, and music, jingles, right? You can see those golden arches. You know, that's McDonald's. You got your talking about I'm loving it. You singing these songs. Next thing you know, you hungry. Next thing you know, you at McDonald's. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah. They spend all that money on these commercials, Super Bowl commercials, whatever. They know exactly why they do it. They get people. Fred Hampton Jr. would say, "They give us all this toxic music, this toxic programming. We wonder why our behavior is so poisonous."
That's right. That's right. And it's not even like we could say, like when I was coming up, I'm gonna put it more in the 80s and 90s. The hip hop, you had some foolishness and a little bit of stuff that was going left field, but the balance was crazy. You had Brand Nubian, X-Clan, Poor Righteous Teachers. I mean, you could go on and on. And you had this whole movement. So you had a little bit of it that was silly and going crazy, but it was such a preponderance of positivity, Black nationalism, Pan-Africanism, Black power expressions in the music that it kind of elbowed all that other stuff out. But now it's almost completely the ratchet music that Brother Kwabena is talking about, man. It's crazy.
I blame Mo D. I saw him at a hip hop fest doing the African Festival of Arts in Chicago years ago. I caught him. I said, Mo D, man, when you came out with that Knowledge is King, bro, one of the most profound songs in the history of rap music, bro. I said, man, he's like, nah, we can't have this. We got to do something about this. I said, Mo D, it's your fault. He was laughing about it, but yeah.
Mo D, man. I used to idolize Brother Kumo D. He actually lived on the block where me and my queen lived. Yeah, he lives, and yeah, he came up around Harlem. Then he was on 120 something. Yeah, close by. Now I want you, before we go, because we're getting ready to wrap up, family. Someone from the ARC movement. This is their comment. I would love for you to respond and give your perspective. He or she says, y'all need to get serious about having your own national territory rather than fighting to reform America, a slave colony. How do you respond to that, Brother Kwabena?
Oh, I'm down with RNA, free the land. I'm down with Pan-Africanism, repatriating the muscles of the can. But in the meantime, you got to get these beasts off our children. People say that you got to get more better music and all that. And so we were talking, we agree with that. But we always share this example. If you're at home and you go upstairs, and when you're downstairs with your children, and you leave them, you go upstairs, and somebody breaks in the house and attacking the children, you run downstairs to deal with it. You don't run downstairs and say, okay, I got to get me a better alarm system, or I got to teach my children not to answer the door, make sure the door is locked, or do whatever. No, first thing you do is get that beast off your child. And these beasts have been on our children for too long. So we got to deal with that first. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, we should be able to go anywhere we want to go. People should be able to live anywhere they want to live in this world, man. But you got people be acting up, and we got, as we're seeing it right now, we've been seeing, but really getting examples of it right now. There's a lot of this evil, diabolical, a lot of madness going on right now in this world. And part of that madness, again, is this music they pushing on our babies, man. Bro, as much as we deal with this, it's still unbelievable that some of the stuff they put in this music, man. And unbelievable also that we haven't stopped it.
Yeah. And I like to respond to the ARC movement. I know that Brother Kwabena, I'm Pan-African nationalist, so we on the same page with that. It's just that one is a marathon run and one is a sprint, I think, is what Brother Kwabena is saying. Yes, we're a colonized people, and yes, we need national territory, and I've been fighting for that for at least 40 years. However, as a classroom teacher, as a guy that helped co-found a middle school, who's in the classroom with them kids, who's hearing what the nonsense they talking and the stuff they talking about, and has to keep redirecting them and having these questions. Why are you saying that? Why? What's the effect of that word? Where did the word come from? Who gave it to you? Why? I'm telling you that what Kwabena is saying is right and exact, in the sense of, this is not, we got to do this first and then we'll do that. We'll do that first. We have to do all of this stuff concurrently. We have to lift as we climb, right? So yes, as we're working for territory and to decolonize ourselves and Pan-African struggles, we also have to deal with immediate emergency issues. And one of them is definitely the music, because it is leading many of our youth in particular to lose their minds, absolutely lose their minds, and to be cool with taking life, taking precious life. And I was saying on this show yesterday when Brother Kwabena had popped in, I said, every time a brother is killed or a sister, and they're like 15, 19, that's an entire family that's gone, that doesn't get to be. This generations of family gone. So I look at that as that they're trying to depopulate us, man. That's genocide, man. Every brother or young brother or sister you wipe out, that could be 10 lines of a family gone. And we need to take that seriously. So yes, we need to be thinking about, we have to do both at the same time. Go ahead, Brother Kwabena.
Yeah, well, Carl Nelson had somebody on the show, sister talking about eugenics about a month ago, and I listened to it. And, I said, you know what? This is eugenics music. It's exactly what it is. This is eugenics music.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely genocidal. And not only that, here's the other thing: because the young people are impressionable, a little naive, not quite as sophisticated in understanding things in life, the music is also the new form of snitching on yourself. So it's also helping law enforcement to pinpoint the street organizations, the players in the drug game, and all that, so they can lock you up, which is yet another form of genocide. Because again, you can't have no family if you locked up.
This whole push about not using the lyrics against these rappers on their court cases. I'm like, so we encourage. How about encouraging the rappers to stop making songs about killing people?
Hello?
How about that?
And then they're telling where they are. Listen, there's been cases when dudes have committed violence against another brother in their neighborhood, and they're on a live broadcast telling people what they did and getting shot as they're telling people what they did. See, this has so many layers to it, man. Which the work you're doing, Brother Kwabena, is absolutely important. And I hope you don't let anybody just make you feel like what you're doing is a side issue. No, this is important. And it's many other things that are important too, as the brother or sister raises. But this is very important, and we can't treat this, oh, that's just music. Like, no, they're programming you. No words or spells or curses, man. That's a fact. So they're telling you you're ugly, you stupid, you can't do nothing, you never be nothing, kill yourself, you ugly, we hate you. But over and over, and look, and got you dancing to it. You see? So what happens is that gets in your head.
The song "The Shoot Dance" that was out when they were doing that other little childish dance. They were doing the shoot dance. Man, there was a song called "Shoot," simply entitled "Shoot." They said "shoot" 46 times in the song. The chorus of the song was "shoot." Shoot you in your back. Now you can't kill yourself. Spray them ends like Febreze. You go back to shoot.
Yeah.
That was the song, and it was the most popular, second most popular dance in the whole country in like 2018. Bro, they know exactly what they're doing, man. And
they know exactly what they're doing. Like Malcolm said, they've been doing it for so long. They know exactly what they're doing.
Exactly.
Programming us to be our own executioners. Absolutely. Destroying our families, depopulating our people. So just to be clear, family, it's important that we be sophisticated with our politics and strategic. There's a million things Black people need to do, but good organizers do something called prioritize. What is immediately do we have to address right now, and we give most of our resources and time? What are the things that are important, but not as important as this? And this is one of those things, family. There's no doubt about it. This is one of the things, our culture, right? Because what nation can we have if we have a territory and 50 to 60 to 70% has been wiped out by drugs and liquor and ignorance and violence?
Man, great point.
So So we have to be able to look at that. We also got to remember this is a marathon. And anytime I hear anybody or myself, I catch myself talking like I got it all figured out. And you know what I think about? Malcolm, Honorable Marcus Garvey, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Assata Shakur. In other words, some of our best and brightest went at this thing. And they weren't quite able to defeat it, though they made some dents in it. That should tell you that there's room for new ideas. There's room for doing things differently. That none of us got this all figured out, because guess what? If we did, we'd be free. Let's be real about that. So whenever we get to this place, oh, we should do this. Be careful with that, because people brighter and bigger and better than us went at it and weren't quite able to destroy it. That's supposed to teach us humility, right? Be confident, but always be humble, right? We don't have it figured out. That's part of the reason why white supremacy is able to continue, right? That's why we got black people voting for Trump. That's why we got black people spending most of their money with absolute demons who hate our very presence. And black people that's writing books and movies and are begging to get supported. That's why, right? So this work is not no quick answer to this, family. If it was that easy, we'd be free. I gotta say that because I hear this all the time, and I don't want people that's out here doing work like Kwabena, myself, or whoever, to feel like what they're doing doesn't amount to nothing or it's some sideshow. No, this is very important. It's not the only important thing, but it is important. And so when I see a brother or sister doing something for the people, as long as they ain't no agent or no pedophile and none of that crap, I support them, man. I don't have to agree with all it, but I support them. You're trying to help the people. Good job, brother. Keep going. And we got to be more in that spirit and less, well, you should be doing. Nah, that's not how we do that. Everybody has a lane. Choose your lane, run as hard as you can in your lane, and pass the baton so that the youth can come and run in your lane. And don't be so judgmental with each other, family. Please. We got to get rid of that. We see a brother doing this work, you're going to say, hey, brother, good. How can I help you? What do you need? That's how we talk to the brothers that's out here doing this work. The last thing we want to do is demoralize our people, because so many people are doing absolutely zero. So you see brothers like Kwabena, you say, hey, man, that's excellent. How can I help? Do you need some money? You got a Cash App? What can I do? That's the spirit in which we have to work this, you know? And I'm done with that. Brother Kwabena, do you have any last things you want to say? I'm going to put your number up as you speak, though, okay?
I just want to, let the people know that we can, it's our culture. And people who control your culture, we're seeing what they do to it. And, they got control of our culture. We got to get it back. We got to organize. Shout out to Movement Leadership Circle, Brother Sadiki, the good work our comrades are doing in Chicago. Brother Salim, we're trying to get him Malcolm X Drive Street in Chicago. We just gotta get organized, man. We gotta put in that work. Community Education Network, my comrades in Black Lives Matter Grassroots, National Society of Black Engineers. We gotta shout them out too. It's one of the largest student-run organizations in the country. Actually, a Pan-African group that don't even know it. We so Pan-African, it's ridiculous. But yeah, we just gotta be serious about our studies. Gotta have fun. Even when you saw it in doing those horrible surveys, you got to have a little fun, man. You got to always have some fun.
Oh, yeah.
Got to meditate, got to be good, got to love each other. National Black Leadership Alliance, just shouting out a lot of these organizations, man, we work with that put in that good work for the people.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And you too, bro. Love the work you do. Man, that book Leadership, man, that book on leadership is amazing. Our brother Rollo in this book, Fact, Fundamental African-Centered Thought.
Fact, yeah.
Professor Amon Ra, my brother Rafikani, just people putting in that work, man. We just gotta love what our people are doing. Knowing we're going against the grain out here in this beast. Yeah. There's a lot of work to do. So, man, I appreciate you, man.
No doubt. Same here, brother. Appreciate you, man. Let's just keep pushing. Let's get more creative. Let's find new ways to do it. Let's be light in our spirit so we can recruit more people to this work. Right? That's the name of this game. You know, people join things that they feel good energy from. So I like what you're doing, brother. Anything we can do to support, let me know. Thank you. That's my beautiful queen with a beautiful plate of food. Thank you, babe. So yeah, man. Thank you, brother. Keep up the good work. Family, I just want to repeat this. I believe that we need to build better men. We got to build better men. There's no way around it. We got to reclaim our place on the throne. We got sisters that want to get married, sisters that want to have life partners. We got sisters with children with no male figure to help support, pay bills, and take care of them and teach them. We got to get back, family. So we got this Real Wise OG channel on YouTube. It's free. Go there, subscribe right now. We're building a movement to build better men. It's not just a YouTube channel. It's the portal to reach the brothers, man. And we're going to do big things. We got to get the brothers back. We got to get the brothers back on point. Okay? So make sure you go subscribe to our channel. Make sure you contact Brother Kwabena. If you don't do that, make sure you look up Clear the Airwaves Project and follow them and ask them, instead of being judgmental, what you should be doing. How about, what help do you need? That's what organizers like to hear. we doing a lot of stuff by ourselves. We want to hear, how can I help? And that type of spirit to get you a lot farther, family, and community organizing. Trust me. All right, Brother Kwabena, thanks for your time. Good brother. Peace and black power to you, man.
Peace and black power.
All right.
Brother.
Peace, family. We'll see you next time.